You guys have no idea what it's like to be running around all day, driving so many places between managing properties and taking kids to all of their after school activities and stuff. It is unbelievable. 6 kids. I have been doing almost nothing but driving today. I swear. It's just been drive here, drive there, go here, go there. It's been nuts. And if any of y'all have done that kind of driving before, you know how exhausting it is. It's just so exhausting having to go to so many places just all day long. Literally 10 hours. 10 hours I've been at it of just driving to place after place after place. We did check out for work. I checked out one of these places that their foundation. It was an apartment complex that their foundations um, settled big time, probably most likely from a leaking pipe a pipe that got damaged and started leaking, and so there's a little bit of a sinkhole in their backyard area, and like from the back side of the building, from all the patios that go across the unit, there's like a bunch of cracks all in the bricks and the concrete patios, all across the bottom. So like inside the units on the walls, there's cracks on up in the corners of the walls and different places, and part of the floor along one side of the house, on one side of the one of the units is sunk, just slanted downwards, and the baseboards are you got like a half an inch gap from the floor now. Cause it's just major. Like this to fix this building, it's going to cost them probably close to $200,000 to do all these repairs. Like it's massive. And so, as far as what my job is, the best thing, what all we can do as a management company is just hook them up with an engineer, have an engineer go out there and look at everything and give them a quote of what it's going to cost. So yeah, it is nasty. So that was like the first half of my day. Like we took like probably 30 or 40 photos and talked to a bunch of residents, and yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. But how's everybody else doing? How's y'all's week been? Ground Fog, good to see you. Marco, Neil in the house. T Fetch is here. Yeah. I was late because I was driving one of the kids to the football game. Uh, B&A was texting me actually, and he's taking his kid to a drive-in theater. I'd rather go there. Yeah, basically G-Ball 2.0. 2.0 G-Ball. What's up, Marco? Yeah. So there you guys go. B&A helped me out here. Yeah, I'm so sorry. It will not happen as badly the next time. if that reassures you at all. Ed, how are you? Angelo? And Miss Kathleen Smith, how are you doing? How are you doing? Be Shady's in the house. What? It's my Saturday. Why? Do you have to work tomorrow? I don't know what you're talking about. Ooh, Space Ghost. Is this the big Strider goal? No, it is not. You are in the wrong place. If you're ever expecting to see me have a Strider on my channel as a veteran who does not commit stolen valor, you will never see me ever own, carry, or show off a Strider. I promise you that. If you don't know the stories, well, they're not stories. Certain people did the actual. They got receipts of what the truth is there, and yeah, there was a bunch of drama around it for a while, but essentially the story short is he the guy who designed the Strider knives, Mick Strider, he supposedly was doing some stolen valor type bragging about having done certain things and was really big in the military and all this and that, and um, just was not the truth. Was definitely stretched a little too far, and most of us shame people who do that. We absolutely shame them because not cool, not cool. If you didn't do anything fancy, if you didn't do some crazy stuff in the military, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. I did do some crazy stuff. I felt like I was screwed over a lot uh, from both commands that I was in, and I'm not thrilled with the results of my deployment, and and then the aftermath of what future things happened with the pulling out of Afghanistan. Yeah, so I'm on more have a more bitter view on my military service, particularly. Yeah, yeah, right. The government screwed someone over. It's always screwing all of us over. It's whether or not you bother to let it affect your life in a very impactful way, or if you do what you can by voting for elections, whether it be local elections or the, the presidency election that is coming up soon. Not that I want to talk about politics, but you know, do your research and vote the way that you feel like you want to vote. I mean, we are so many days to it, and this is apparently a big one because of the candidates and how big the contrast is between the two parties these days compared to what it was, 3 or 4 presidencies ago. It's mind blowing if you remember, 25, 35, 45 years ago, how the both parties were and their differences and how much each party has changed and how much politicians have changed. I mean, obviously, they haven't changed in the ways of always getting their hands dirty and corporations and making all the shady deals that they do, and that's on both sides. That's on every side. That's every politician, just about. But just in general, the Democratic Party, what they've become, and then what the Republican Party's become. Yeah, it's like it's hard to want to, like you don't almost don't want to be identified on either side, right? No matter how you feel about everything. But yeah, there's just if you like, whether you like politics or not, if you like people, if you like learning about stuff, if you just like learning about and knowing what your government's doing, which you, in my mind, you should. But I like just the paying attention to what's going on right now is just like talk about entertainment, right? It's scary at times, but it's they're throwing out politicians right now. This presidential race is some serious entertainment. Uh, oh, Joe, good to see you. Did you get your package yet? I sent it out beginning of the week. I want to say it said Saturday maybe, but I thought I'd ask and see if you got it maybe today. Maybe got it a day early. I don't know. But yeah, Joe K got one last week's live the give away the corgi and some other goodies. Not yet. Okay. Well, I want to say it said tomorrow. I think it was projected to arrive tomorrow. What all did everybody carry this week? Anybody buy anything new? I know Kaiser's about to do another flash sale. So yeah, up to 50% off on a bunch of Kaisers. So if you had a Kaiser in mind lately that you might have a little bit of money to throw out, here's Joe's package. Let me see. Why the heck can't Pirate Ship give me the tracking number on the receipt? No, they make me go and log in to my account in order to get the receipt. They suck. No, I don't want to free up space. Leave me alone, computer. Hold on, let me. I'm looking up, logging into Pirate Ship to see where Joe's package is at. Usually, I'm pretty good at. Is that not it? No, it has to be. I must have typed. Today has been terrible for me in typing. Like I've just spelling when I type, I've just been really off today. Can't seem to. Yeah, so I sent it out on Tuesday, bud, and where's my tracking? It's coming to you UPS, not USPS, but UPS. It says in transit. Oh, just give me the damn tracking number. Export tracking data. Oh, there it is. There's the tracking number. Yep, tomorrow. It says tomorrow. UPS says tomorrow, September 14th by 7 p.m. No, I don't need help with anything UPS. Leave me alone. Back out, back out, back out. There we go. Got rid of that. Yeah, sorry. Well, what would y'all want me to talk about? What do you want me to talk about? I mean, like, we can talk about knives that I already have, knives that y'all have already seen, right? I haven't bought anything new. I haven't come across anything. I did hear. Thank you, Knives Are Life, for giving me something to mention. I did hear that the tall boy was like gone in less than 10 minutes, like everywhere, every single one of them. Colin and Kevin just like they should have made more. I mean, I know it's always, you never know when you're doing production runs of a design of a model. You never know how well or how fast they're going to sell. But but yeah, they nailed that one. It's a good looking knife. I personally would have loved it without the thumb stud. I would have actually been super tempted to get the tall boy if it didn't have the thumb stud. I don't care for on that blade. I just would have preferred it to not have that thumb stud. I carried the something obscene Lek today. That's the one that I threw in the pocket today. I figured Friday I needed every fist bump motivation I could to get myself up and off to work, and knowing that I had to do all the running around that I had to do, not only for work but also after work for all these kiddos. So yeah, I did this guy today in the pocket. I did carry the for the last couple of days. I actually busted out one that I picked up at last year's Blade show, and I always draw a blank when when it comes to the name of this thing. It starts with a C, and it's a fairly simple name. I just can't remember what it is. But this one I got, it was the one that one of the dozen or so that they anodized just for selling at the show in 2023. But yeah, so I carried this sucker for like the last 3 days, and then Sunday, Monday. No, it's not the coitus. Oh, why do I not remember what the name of that knife is? The other knife that I carried is actually still in my other pants that's hanging up. But I also carried the Finch Hellfire. So I carried my Finch Hellfire this week as well. Yeah, kind of trying to get away from all the ones that I've recently gotten in the last 4 or 5 months. I got this one at Blade Show, but the rest of them that I picked up in the last 4 or 5 months, I've tried to reach back to some other models, some other knives. I don't know what I'm gonna put in my pocket tomorrow. Who knows? I did, of course, always have the pulse. Always have the pulse, and he gets used. Still haven't cleaned them up. I clean the pulse up probably about once a week. About once a week, I wipe it down, clean off all the smudges, the tape smears, and whatever's on it, and then and strop it. Try to keep that edge going just by stropping. It's still a beast. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. This is just such an awesome OTF. Love it. But yeah, let's see. Anything crazy that happened besides seeing this complex unit that was just completely ruined by earth settling and most likely a busted pipe. But the other fun that we had actually today as well, I had just a little bit of a scare, on. Is that what the name of that one is? The Contact? It's that sounds right. I trust you, Mimo. Yeah, it's if that's not it, it's a name similar to that. That's just so simply stupid. And that it's like, why can I not remember that? Who makes that one? My brain is just so far gone at this point in the day. It's just so far gone. I know I had to have mentioned it in my video from after Blade Show. Is it? Yeah, I think it was a collaboration with Beyond EDC and Who's the A there? And it's a Dirk Pinkerton design. It is a Dirk Pinkerton, design. So, but yeah, it's just a cool anno. Something a little pretty. Of course, obviously the computer camera doesn't do it justice. But yeah, like the purples and blues and a little bit of yellow and bronze, not bronze, but like coppered yellow that swirls in there. I don't know. It's cool. It's neat. It's neat. I like it. Yep, just something different. Sorry, I was looking down at it. But yeah, I mean it's again the Beyond EDC contact, but it's just I love that Cliff blade. I just love that flat edge and just having nothing but a flat edge there to slice away at stuff. That's my jam. That's my favorite blade shape is the Warren Cliffs in the sheep split, and every bit of modification to those blade shapes. Like I know this is more of a drop point, but the how much the blade edge curves, it's kind of close. It's like a drop point and a sheep split had a baby. Yeah, no, I don't know. But those are my jams. I love these blade shapes. Absolutely do. Oh yeah. I can hold up again. I remember where I put it. Where did I put my little folder? Binder thing. Where did it go? See, now I can't find anything. I'm losing stuff. Losing stuff. Oh, it's right here. So here, I know I had, I asked Sharif to show it, but here's my idea of a fixed blade for everyday carry, just an everyday carry fixed blade. You know, measurements are just approximate. So I don't know. I'm actually thinking about with this one. I'm thinking about making it myself. Just a very inexpensive prototype with maybe just a metal ruler or something. Just a thin piece of sheet metal, or you know, something a little thicker than sheet metal, but you know, just a thin piece of metal. That's not heat treated or anything special, and then just a very basic pine handle. You know, just a piece of pine, either pine or whitewood, or you know, just whatever's laying around scrap wise in the workshop, and make a dirt cheap prototype of it and see how it feels in hand. Just see how the dimensions and the overall shape, what kind of ergos it throws out. I don't know. What do y'all think? I mean, and I literally spent probably a whopping 7 minutes at this, drawing this. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, you can see where the erase marks are and moving where, you know, the lanyard hole down at the base, the bottom of the handle, and then where your pins are at. You know, I don't know if that's exactly where they would end up, or they might get shifted around a little bit again. Who knows? But yeah, so that's my idea of an everyday carry fixed blade. I like that that go. Yeah, I probably could, but I don't really have anything floating around that I could. But whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do have a handful of old circular saw blades. I could definitely use one of those for sure. That might be what I end up going with. You're vaping juicy fruit. Okay. Um, Mimo, actually, this is my graph paper book that hell, I don't remember when or where I got it from, but I've had this thing. Oh yeah, I got it when I was in the military. It is a engineering and science notebook. So, and I've got all kinds of random things in here. I've got things from like a playset that I built. So this was a play set that I built that had, the four levels to it. You, you step here on the first platform, and then second platform, third platform, fourth platform, and then did a slide. And so it ended up like that. So I've got that in here. I built that for when my 15-year-old was 4, or no, when he was 2. Yeah, I built that when he was 2 years old. Um, I just did, cut lists of lumber. I've got that in here from one project. And just all kinds of random stuff. Oh, here's just some super quick, rough sketches for the sake of figuring out measurements on building a feeding trough, a covered feeding trough for essentially one that you would possibly use for deer, but I kind of made it a little smaller because I was not making it for deer. I was making it for our squirrels in our neighborhood. For whatever reason, our backyard, the big oak tree that I have right there in the backyard that's somewhat close to the house, in the fall and winter and early spring, like that oak tree just drops an insane amount of acorns, unbelievable amount of acorns. And so my walkway that I have, my stone path. Hold on, let me raise my chair up again. Stupid ass chair. So yeah, my stone path walkway that goes from my back door, back patio, over to the workshop. Uh, Going from there to there during that time of the year, like during the second half of the year, sucks. And boy, it used to suck when that tree was just dumping so many damn acorns. It was like 1,000 marbles on the floor, and and you gotta go from one side of the room to the other with having 1,000 marbles on the floor. That's what it was like. So you absolutely hated that. Absolutely hated that. So I felt like, man, I really need these squirrels in this neighborhood to concentratingly come to my backyard and gather all these damn nuts up off of the ground so that I'm not worried about busting my ass trying to go out to my workshop. So I made basically out of wood and some screen in the feeding trough basin. Uh, I built a feeding trough for the squirrels, and what I did was I filled it with corn, But then I also gathered up a whole bunch of the acorns off of the ground and like threw those in with the corn to try to get the idea that, hey, here's some corn to attract you, but I need you to take care of the nuts. So yeah, and it worked. No shit, it worked. It worked trying to, drawing them in, giving them attention to my tree in my yard, and I don't have to do it anymore. I did it for 2 winters. I did that, and it worked. Now I don't have to do it anymore. They come every year and they take care of those damn acorns, like 80+% of them. And I don't have to worry about busting my ass anymore, and I don't have to fill the feeding trough anymore. Here's another sketch that I did. Again, mostly just for measurements and general idea. This is a floating cabinet, long cabinet that also has. These are hinged because I just basically capped it at each end. But I did a steel rod that goes down on the one side of the door of the floating cabinet, and all these pieces of wood with their spacers between, they all independently twist back and forth, being on that rod, and that's where I hang all my baseball caps. Not all of them, but like a good. They're baseball caps and my main jackets. I have a handful of my main jackets there, and then I have right behind me is my bathroom door to the master bathroom, where I've got an over the door hook rack, and I hang a couple jackets and a few hats there as well. And then the rest of my jackets are in the the, the other end of the house in the coat closet. I have a lot of jackets. I have a lot of jackets, and I have a lot of t-shirts. I have a shit ton of t-shirts. If I mean, I it would be a very boring video, but I could throw up a video on the channel of going through my t-shirt collection, and it would blow some of y'all's minds how many freaking shirts that I have. And they all fit me. They all fit me. I can still fit into 95% of them, despite getting the little bit of belly that I have. But yeah, so this has just been since I got out of the Navy, out of the Seabees. This little book, and it's got graph on the one side, but then it has line on the other side. But yeah, this is just my project book. Any decent sized wood building project that I just want to get what's in my head out on paper, I reach for this thing and throw it down. Just throw it down. But yeah, so today, pulling out of my driveway, everybody raise your hand because I can't see you. But everybody who does it, raise your hand or drop a hand in the chat. If you almost always back into your driveway so that you're pulling out of your driveway forward every time that you leave your driveway. Is there anybody else in the chat besides me who always backs up their vehicles into their driveway? I even back up the motorcycle into the garage so that when I'm leaving the house, whether it's on the bike or it's in the car, in the SUV, I'm just taking straight off in drive, not having put in reverse, not having to back out. Yeah, that's right. We are throwing hands. So yeah, I love always. I mean, I do it at home, but I almost always do it any chance I got when I go places, anywhere I go. Yeah, I prefer to back up. I think it's what is it called? Backup parking syndrome, where you always have to back the vehicle up into your parking spot. Yeah, I love not having to worry when I'm leaving a place, having to back up and worry about oncoming vehicles. Or in this case, this evening, before showing up back home late for this live, I was taking one of the couple of the kids to the high school football game tonight, and I was pulling out of my driveway, and we were in a hurry. So pulling out of my driveway, I kind of was going a little quicker than, obviously faster than you would if you were backing out of your driveway. But so I got to the end of my driveway and was going to the right to go out of the neighborhood. And as I was turning out of my driveway, obviously I wasn't going that fast because I was turning. Yeah, yeah, it is, especially with the trucks. That's right. Yeah, trucks are not always fun having to back out of long driveways, for sure. How you doing, Stevie? How you doing, sir? So, as I was pulling out of the driveway, there were a family that rides their bikes and bicycles and scooters around the neighborhood all most evenings, many evenings during the week. And now that it's starting to get darker a little sooner, it was harder to see them, just a little bit harder to see them. But I literally, as I was turning right out of my driveway, one of their kids, a tiny little girl, scrawny little 5 or 6 year old girl. Nah, she had to have been 5. She might even be 4. Um, on one of those electric motorized scooters that with the handlebars as big as she was, the handlebars were above her nose. So like I guess almost level with her eyes. So I don't know if she couldn't see where she was going, but like from being on one side of the road, like as I was pulling out of my driveway, she was moving towards me. She was moving towards the center of the road. And I hit my brakes and was like, shit, don't run into me because I'm not hitting you. Please don't run into me. It was just like one of those oh shit moments. Like, I'm not going to hit you. Please don't run into me. Please correct course, little girl. Correct course. And yeah, like she made me so nervous, that poor little girl. And sure enough, she like literally about a foot away from my front bumper, she started to turn. Like the whole thing to me felt like as soon as I hit my brakes, it all of a sudden was slow motion. Like just her gradual corrective steering to go back to the side on the side of the road rather than being in the dead middle of the road just happened just so slow and so graciously, like she was in La La Land, you know. And I'm just like, oh, that would have made a bad night if she had made contact with my car. Because of course the parents that were, like 3 doors back, 3 houses down, I'm sure I'm sure the mom got scared as hell, and the dad was kind of angry and told me not to come out of my driveway so fast. But I'm like, look, I was turning at that point. Like there's no way I was going fast when I'm turning. Uh, but yeah, so like they were nervous, I was nervous, and we almost had a really bad situation.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you get the dog?
Yeah, whatever you can find. Don't eat everything in the kitchen.
I will.
Okay. Get out of here.
Yeah.
uh. So yeah, that was scary. That was an oh shit moment for sure. Oh show. Zorro, what you doing, bud? I love that dog.
Yes, you're just a good boy. You're such a good boy. Such a good boy.
Sorry, I left this today at work when I had to go do all this running around. I left my water bottle at the office, and so I literally went like 4 hours without drinking anything. And so since I've gotten gotten home, I've just been guzzling down fluids, just guzzling down fluids. Oh, by the way, FYI, Harbor Freight, good old Harbor Freight, is got some Dollar Days deals, some good stuff there. Particularly, except for these things, these little 6-inch plastic rapid ratcheting clamp bar thingies, they're garbage. Do not get these. Never get these. These are terrible. They can barely hold. When you squeeze them together on something, they can't apply more than maybe 4 or 5 pounds of pressure, if that. Like they have no holding power. Get the metal ones with the twist, the bar clamps that are like that. Do not get those all plastic ones. But here's the big one. This is the 1800 Apache case. It's the smallest one. Only $9. I don't know how many knives you can fit in that sucker, but yeah, for $9. That's always a damn good deal. Those Apache cases are awesome, worth their weight in gold for sure. And I think that was really it as far as good EDC type related stuff, knife related stuff. These moving blankets, I like these moving blankets for camping, and just having in the back of the car if I know I'm might be loading something, loading bags of mulch or putting, you know, stones or whatever in to the back of the vehicle. These moving blankets are nice to have, and they're dirt cheap with them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty much it. Oh, I need to take a photo of my older air compressor that I have in the garage, the medium-sized air compressor that I have. I have one of those. I think it's either an 8 or a 10 gallon. I think it's an 8 gallon air compressor tank that only spits out like 100 psi's. I think it maxes at 100 psi's. I need to swap that sucker out with. Oh, y'all need to see my email stuff. I need to swap that. I need to sell that one so that I can get one of the better ones uh, from Harbor Freight, because Harbor Freight's got 15% off on their Fortress air compressors right now. Oh, stupid chair. Come on. I did get my first paycheck from the new job yesterday. I think I'm pretty sure I mentioned that when I was in the chat in Grumpy's live last night. I was pretty happy with the good sized paycheck. Whole lot better than what Lowe's was doing for me recently. These last couple months. Yeah, see, Kathleen's driving grandsons around. Yay! Cheers to all the taxi moms and the taxi dads and grandparents.
Somebody only time job instead.
Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. You're talking about Scott in that does keeps track of our schedule. Oh
You messed it up.
no, he didn't. He fixed it for me. Man, he does awesome work. Scott in is so good at keeping track of all our shenanigans and constantly changing
No,
when we
no.
do our lives.
No.
Oh, with Lowe's. Oh, you're talking about Lowe's. Yeah, no, don't. You don't know nothing. Don't worry about that. Get out of here. What dessert did you pick out tonight? Suburban. What'd you get? Oh, you haven't done it yet? Oh, well, you gonna pop popcorn? Good choice.
Hey, it's a big bet.
Okay. All right, go on. Go pop your popcorn then.
I'm gonna make it sweet.
Crazy kid. Well, Kathleen, if you haven't left yet, have a good night and be safe on the roads. Be safe on the roads. What's it? I didn't see anything. Why do I have? Get rid of you. No, you stay. You stay. I have a whole shit ton of browsers open right now, just like G-Ball tends to do too. Me and Greg, I'm telling you, you would almost think that we're cousins or something with what we're similar with. We have so much in common. It's a little scary. Let's see. I thought I checked White Mountain Knives earlier today. Oh, that looks like one hell of a machete. Shit. I might have to pick this up. It's 1075, but let me share this with you guys. Did y'all see this machete that they? It's the most recent thing that White Mountain Knives popped up. The Condor K-Knight machete. Look at that sucker. Is that a machete or is that like an Arabian style inspired sword? Short sword. Let's see. Blade is 13, just a little over 13 inches long. Kydex with leather belt loop sheath. He only has the one picture up. Darn it! I might have to go up on the Condor website and see what the sheath looks like. But that looks gnarly. Yeah. And Condor does pretty darn good with their micarta handles too. For $135. I'm pretty sure the 10% coupons or discounts that codes that everybody's got. I think that works on the Condor. But yeah, that thing's gnarly. They got a spear up too. Does anybody have that Spy 27 blade steel from Spyderco? I don't remember ever. I don't have any of Spyderco's special Spy, whatever blade steels. I've not really heard much about them, if they're any good or what they really compare to. SOG Diverge XR. Okay, D2. Meh. Not a fan of D2 in folders anymore. Just 14C28 in is just so much better and so much nicer. And that thing looks like shit. I don't care for that. I don't like that at all. Bulwark. Man, this Trevisa brand, G-Ball's been this, out of everybody, G-Ball's the kind of the guy who's been throwing out quite a number of videos over the last handful of weeks on Trevisa knives. Yeah, that was kind of it. There they got this Kunwu with LMAX and that Bowie blade. That's pretty sweet. But yeah, there's not really anything that's come out. I don't know why my nose is so itchy. There's really not anything that's come out recently over the last handful of weeks. Is it legit? Got plenty of bite and strops up easily. What would you compare it to though? Yeah, B&A showed me a photo. Now he's got a couple of pyrites. You, before you know it, B&A, you're gonna end up winning like every one of the pyrite versions, all the different versions of the pyrites. Before you know it, you're just gonna end up with a pyrite collection from winning. Oh, you would say it's closest to S30V? Really? Interesting. Cool. Yeah, Ed, the pyrite light is really the one, and B&A feels like he likes it a little bit better than the other version that has, what was that, G10 scales on it. The other one that you ended up with. Let's see what's on. Let's check out Amazon. Oh, did y'all see? I don't know. I haven't looked lately. How many views these little lights that I picked up and had ordered and delivered to me by Wednesday. That's not what I meant to click on. Did y'all see my little video that I spat out late Wednesday night about these things? I think they're pretty cool. They're pretty nifty. Zoro, did you just fart? Is that what I'm smelling? If it is, that is nasty, dude. But yeah, so I got these in the mail. They arrived Wednesday. Ordered them, I think Friday or Saturday, and yeah, they're pretty cool. Haven't really got to test them yet. Truly use them. I've just played around with them. But yeah, I like them. Uh, I think Olight should watch out when it comes to these little nifty niche type lights, because it truly, like, these things really throw out like a lantern, not very far. And actually, that's kind of like the negative reviews on it. At least one or two of them that I read. That's what people complained about, was that they, even on its highest setting, it's right about that 250 lumens, but the way it's designed, how far that light disperses is not as far as some people would like it to be, I guess. Again, I'm not being picky because you're literally at 16 bucks. You know, they're not very expensive. They're not nothing super fancy, but they are pretty darn nifty. Like, with all those different ways that you can attach these things to pretty much anything and everything. Uh, they're really cool. Really cool. But let's check out what's the Pyrite Light. Is it still under 30 bucks? Is the Pyrite Light still 30 bucks? Yep, they got it right at 30 bucks for this one. For the one that I sent B&A. Well, wait. B&A, did I send you the blue with the black? Let me see. I got my phone right here. Double check real quick. Yeah, that's the one that I got you. The blue with the black. I thought that looked a little better than the blue and the stonewash. I like with it having black hardware. The only thing is, I kind of like when they do the blackout and you just have the pivot or the push button pivot lock there, the button lock. It would be sweet if they did like a black center and just had just had it colored black just for the bulk of it, and so that way it kind of would look like you just have that a silver ring around the black. Because the silver kind of stands out. The silver button stands out. It really does. I mean, it's not bad, but when everything else is black on it, hardware wise, and the blade's black, the silver button stands out. Oh, sorry, tired. Just tired of running around, doing anything and everything. Y'all want to see? Here, check this out. Wish list. So, I want one of these. I want this guy. It's full leather, real leather. It looks very well made. But it's lefty. It's left-handed style. So the sleeve that you put your writing pad in is on the left side. So that way, as a lefty, you're not reaching your arm across all of this stuff to write on your writing pad. Your writing pad is right there next to where your hand is. Life is hard for lefties if you don't have lefty designed items. So, yeah, like I want this so bad, but I don't want to pay $80 for it. I was looking at this one, which is half the price. Actually, that model right there is only $20. That's right. What's the difference between these two? That one has the calculator. That one doesn't. I have one that has a calculator in it, and I really never used it because I always had my phone for calculator or my head. Can you believe it? I can still do some math in my head. But look at that age. Anyways. But yeah, it sucks that you go from a right-handed one with just as good a high-quality leather or higher-end leather, not high quality, for $20, or for this one it ended up being $40. And you got quite a few different versions, options. This one really gives you a whole bunch of pin slots. 3 pin slots up there. And a bunch of card slots. Yeah, I don't need something that intense. This one's good enough for me. $20 versus the other one is $80. It just sucks. And once you go to left-handed stuff, they're like, not only are we going to be assholes and not giving you a whole lot of selection, but on top of that, we're going to overcharge you. We're going to price gouge the shit out of you for being a lefty. Thank you. Appreciate that. Much love. I wanted to see. I've been looking to get some more, do some more of these speakers. They're still like the 30% off on the red one is not bad with it being $18. But the black one, and I think, yeah, the black one, they only give you 10% off coupon for these little fun speakers. The blue one is 20% off. And if you like purple, it's no discount coupon for click for the purple one. So if you like purple, if you dig in the purple, you gotta pay up, buddy, pay up. You know, I sent one of these to Stevie, and I don't know if he's still in the chat, but I sent one of these to Stevie, said Stevie, and he never replied to me. He never answered. He never said a thank you again after my initial communications of, hey, since you came. If y'all remember that, he came into the live like almost last minute, right before I was gonna put up the stop and reveal who what the number was. He came in and he just straight up just guessed the number right on the dot. If y'all remember that, so I ended up sending one to him and to the other person. I forget who it was, who was super close. Um, so I ended up sending both to him. Yeah, I had put up the stop already, but I don't know. It was a crazy situation, and Stevie was like, it blew my mind that he just like comes in and guesses the damn number before I reveal it, and he just like straight up just guesses the right number spot on. And that just blew my mind that night. Yeah. No, I hadn't declared the number yet. I had not declared the number yet. No, he put up his guess before I revealed what the number was. Dang, Ross, you really lost yours? You still can't find it? Oh, that's funny. Well, it's not funny. That sucks. But yeah, no, Stevie's never hit me back up and said, "Hey, this thing's actually pretty cool. I've used it a couple times," or nothing. Got nothing from him. And I sent him one of those. I mean, I have no intentions of bashing Stevie, but I'm just kind of just poking jabs here. I really don't care. But I did send him one of those visor organizers, and I kept asking him in the lives. Oh, were you? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, there we go, Mimo. Hashtag said nothing Stevie. Yeah. So I got him one of those visors, and I kept mentioning it in the live, and I was like, hey, have you put it in your truck yet? Have you started using it? And he's just like, no, I haven't gotten to it yet. And so I quit asking about it. And I've never heard anything from him about it since. I mean, I know Stevie gets so much stuff, and he's always talking with so many people. He's such a social butterfly. Uh, but, it's like, what the hell, Stevie? Like, I send you these gifts, and I'm just yanking his chain, and he's not even here. He's probably not even in the chat anymore. Sure, he left. Let's go back here. Hey, are there any good deals on anything fun this weekend? Y'all are just getting to see. I thought about getting one of these for a lanyard bead, but I don't know. It's kind of on the big side, and I don't know what the hell I would put it on. And I just thought it looked cool. It's like the whole gray man effect, with the pewter colored hoodie. Just the nobody. Have any of y'all seen that movie? I think it's on Netflix. The no, or I think it's. I think the name of the film is just Nobody, or I don't think it's The Nobody. I think it's just Nobody. It's a 2021 film with I forget who the name of the actor is. It's got Christopher Lloyd in it. He plays the dad. Um, yeah, it's Bob o- Bob Odenkirk. I mean, I know the actor. I've seen him in plenty of films. But there's a Nobody 2 that's supposed to. There's going to be a Nobody 2 that comes out next year, 2025. What do you know? But yeah, the movie Nobody. No, it was actually a pretty good movie. I liked it. I mean, it wasn't anything super special, but it was a good movie. Um, Here I'll share. There we go. So yeah, it's Bob Odenkirk, and then Christopher Lloyd plays the dad, and he does some badass shooting in it too. How old is Christopher Lloyd? He's 85 years old. I've always liked him. I mean, again, he was the best, and he was stellar in Back to the Future as Doc. Um, and he did good in the movie in the Angels in the Outfield. I liked him in that. He's been in a lot of movies. Shit, more than I can remember. Dang, I didn't know he did all those films. But yeah, so supposedly there's a Nobody 2 coming out next year. Cool. Interesting. Anybody doing something fun this weekend? I just got more stuff to more taxi driving for the kiddos. Got more of that to do. What are you talking about? They like the crypt keeper. Yeah, yeah, right. Oh, there's a comedian that I used to that well, I mean I still watch some of his stuff from time to time. There's a comedian that I just watched earlier today, one of his more recent stand-up jobs, and I don't know what disease he battled or what he's been through. I don't remember the name of the damn comedian off the top of my head right now either. Uh, I want I want to say it was on. I could probably look it up in my history, YouTube history. I'm not sharing that with y'all. I am not sharing my YouTube history with y'all. Hell no, that is not happening. No share screen for that. I did not need y'all knowing what I was watching. Oh, it's not. I don't think it's on my YouTube history because it was a short. Oh no, I can look at my YouTube shorts here. James Gregory. James. Yeah. Do y'all know who that is? If you haven't watched him, Illuminati, we already know Urban Shame Shade. uh, uh, oh, you went to a follow up doctor visit today? Hell, I have not been to the doctor in probably 11, 12 years. You want me to play some of that? Some of him, Joe, the comedian. I think what he did here was this little bit was not super funny to me, at least, but here we go.
If we just quit using the word disease so often. The word disease makes us think we're sicker than we really are. It's appropriate in some cases. It's overly used. Previous generations had heartburn. They take a nickel's worth of Alka-Seltzer and keep on moving. Not us. We're all victims now of acid reflux disease. I can't come to work today. I'm burping. And we all...
Yeah. So this guy, I don't know if y'all remember what he used to look like.
And we all feel better if we just...
Come on, I just want to highlight it.
And we all feel better if we just quit.
But yeah, that's what he used to look like. When I watch him, most of his.
Let's say that there is life on another planet, and
what I watched when he was young,
they promised their kids a
little bit
trip.
younger. Oh,
It's a long weekend coming up. Oh, let's say Labor Day. And they say, hell, we'll go to Earth. And they take off and they come all this way. Don't you think just once, since 1947, just once, wouldn't they have landed maybe in Orlando, seen Disney World or something? Times Square, the Grand Canyon, but no. They always land next to a hog pen in Arkansas. Let's say that there is life on another planet.
yeah, he's 78. Yeah, he's 78 years old. And let me see if Wikipedia tells me what's aged him so rapidly most recently. Oh, he died. He died May 9th, 2024. Yeah, so he died earlier this year. But he's from Georgia here. He's a Georgia comedian. Died from cardiac complications. Yeah, okay. But I mean, like as you saw in that previous video, like he was old, like he was withering away. Yeah, ain't that the truth? I wouldn't know, T-Fetch. That's not what I've dabbled with, like at all. You might want to ask some other people about that. I could not relate to any of that, either one of those things. The next pope. No, that's funny though. You did a skylight in an apartment today? The people upstairs were pissed. They were pissed. I bet they were. That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, isn't that good enough? That's the leak. That's why I threw up that photo today, because that's what I carried today. That's the knife that I carried today. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. I really don't know what knife I'm gonna get next. There's not anything that's grabbing my attention too hard, and because Lowe's kind of did not do me any justice over the last handful of months. I went like 2 months with almost like next to no income from Lowe's. So it's gonna take at least 2 paychecks from the new job for me to bounce back. But at the same time, fortunately, there's really not been anything that's been thrown out that's really like screamed at me attention wise as something that I would want to get. So I think we're gonna wrap it up. Should we? Probably. Really don't have anything else to talk about. We've been getting nothing but rain here. Again, this is like our second week of rain. That damn hurricane that bowled up through the bottom of the from the Gulf there, hitting Texas and Louisiana and Mississippi, has just been like, spreading out all this rain crap all the way out to the East Coast here, and we've just been getting a bunch of insane humidity wetness is what it is. Just insane humidity wetness. We've just been wet, constantly wet, and the air is insanely humid, even for this time of the year. Thanks to that damn hurricane. I don't even know what hurricane name they're on at this point. Unless it's one that's heading straight for me, I really don't care. That's the only time I truly pay attention, is when it's oh crap, maybe I need to make some decisions about being here or going elsewhere for safety. But no, I don't really follow that. What I care about is whether or not I can ride the bike. So yeah, Mrs. Urban has not been in the chat because she's at that football game with a couple of the kids, and the other kids didn't want to go. I know that there's some decent college football games going on tomorrow. At least I think there are. I don't remember who's Georgia. I think Georgia's playing. UGA's playing University of Kentucky, maybe. Yeah, Kentucky Wildcats. And their away games, they're actually, I think they've got a bunch. Let me see. I want to know their home schedule. Here we go. So I know most of y'all are probably could care less about college football. I'm into it because Georgia's a good team for the most part. Since I was a little kid, they've had a pretty darn good team lately, these last handful of years. What happened to them last year, losing to Alabama, man, they should have not have lost that game. They really should not have lost that game. They lost by 3 points. Pretty much a field goal. That shit sucked. But yeah, so tomorrow they're playing Kentucky, not till 7:30 p.m. Late tonight game. They beat Clemson last week, 34-3. Or no, 34-3 was their first game against Clemson, and then their last Friday, Saturday they played Tennessee Tech, 48-3 win. So they play Kentucky tomorrow, and then they play Alabama. So they're playing Alabama September 28th, kind of early in the season. That'll be a good game when they play Alabama, because Alabama is ranked number 4, and Georgia's number 1. Hope as long as Georgia's doesn't rack on a handful of key players onto the injured list, they should do pretty darn well for the season. Because after playing Alabama, they play Auburn, Mississippi State. Oh, they play Texas in the second half of October. Texas is ranked number 2. Texas and Ohio State are kind of neck and neck. Like they flip flopped, I believe, after last Saturday's games. Yeah, Texas and Ohio State, they're right there with Georgia as far as how good of a team they've got. I don't know if Ole Miss should be ranked number 5. We'll see. We'll see what happens with them. Tennessee's ranked number 7. I'm telling you, when it comes to the playoffs, the way that they're doing the playoffs this year, with a much larger playoff bracket, there's going to be an insane amount. It's going to be stacked with SEC teams. I'm telling you, you can take that to the bank. It's going to be stacked. The playoffs for the championship are going to be stacked with SEC teams. Promise you that. But hey, Joseph S., you popped in right before I'm gonna wrap things up here. I don't think y'all want to hang around too much longer. I don't have anything to talk about. Y'all seem to not be saying much to yourselves either. But hello. Serve the X-Lax brownies and lock people indoor with the bathroom also locked. Okay. Wow, that's the side conversation we're having. All right, I think we're gonna call it quits. I think we're definitely gonna call it quits. So thanks for stopping by, Joe. We're done. I don't really have. Well, there's always projects for me to do on the weekends, but working all 5 days of the week now. And Stevie finally says hey, or peace out, deuces. All right, we'll call it done. Y'all have a good night. I'm probably gonna watch a movie and end up falling asleep because I've just had such a long, busy day. But y'all take care. See you in the chats, and yeah, be careful, be safe. Love you. See ya. Peace.